Welcome to the Lexington Public Library's Tales from the Kentucky Room podcast, where we discuss everything Lexington and Fayette County history. I'm Mariam, and in each episode of this podcast, we will feature a guest that will share a piece of local history. So thank you for tuning in and enjoy. Good day, everyone. So today we are going to tell you about a fun little tidbit of Lexington history. It's about a steam-powered engine road roller called the Willipus Wallipus, otherwise known as the Willy Wally. Before the city purchased the steamroller in 1886, the local newspaper, The Transcript, gave the proposed machine the unflattering nickname of the Willipus Wallipus. Willipus Wallipus is a term from the American South that seems to have originated sometime in the 1870s, possibly in Tennessee or southern Kentucky. Its original meaning seems to have been something like the term for a monster or something fake used to frighten people, like the boogeyman, with a suggestion of it being ridiculous. Most often, ideas would be referred to as a Willipus Wallipus, especially in reference to scare tactics used in politics to frighten people to choose their side. Or a person being accused of ridiculous fear-mongering may have been referred to as a Willipus Wallipus. By the late 1880s, the term was also used to describe big, loud machines, and by the 1890s, it was used primarily for big machines like steam rollers. Regardless of the spirit of the newspaper's name, the city purchased it in 1886 and used the steam-powered Willipus Wallipus to grade roads before surfacing, or to compress roadways after having been laid with crushed rock macadam. Before steam rollers, crews with rollers hitched to several teams of horses would have to do the work instead. Road work was a constant need in a growing city, and Lexington was growing continually, with 27 miles of brick and macadamized roads by the mid-1890s. According to an article in the Lexington Leader in 1894, the roller weighed 18 tons and was about as maneuverable as you'd expect. It managed to get itself stuck in several ditches. Another newspaper article states that the steamroller could operate at a brisk 1 mile per hour. By 1894, the Willipus Wallipus was inoperable, and the city got a 5-ton roller to use instead, though this roller was apparently not an exciting enough machine to earn its own nickname. The term Willipus Wallipus has sadly fallen out of modern use, but it's still really fun to say. Thanks, guys, for listening. I want to take a moment to thank Sarah Hubbard, manager of the Kentucky Room, for doing the research for this podcast. Thanks for listening to Tales from the Kentucky Room, a podcast brought to you by the Central Library's Kentucky Room staff at the Lexington Public Library. If you enjoyed listening, please take a minute to subscribe, rate, and review the podcast on Apple Podcasts and Stitcher. If you have any questions about local history or genealogy research, you can visit us in the Kentucky Room to use our collection and newspaper microfilm, or you can email us at elibrarian@lexpublib.org. That's elibrarian@lexpublib.org. I'm Mariam, and we'll be back with another trip down Lexington's memory lane.